It is a felony under federal law, punishable by imprisonment up to 10 years, to possess a firearm as an unlawful drug user, and that includes users of marijuana. Marijuana is currently classified as a Schedule I substance under the Controlled Substances Act, which means that marijuana has no medicinal value whatsoever. And therein lies the contradiction between state and federal law, because clearly the states that have legalized marijuana for medicinal purposes believe that it does have medicinal value. The right to keep and bear arms is a fundamental right belonging to all Americans, and courts have only allowed the government to take that fundamental right away from persons who have been deemed too dangerous to be trusted with a firearm. Up until this point, in virtually every case, the challenger to the marijuana ban as applied to firearms owners has been a criminal violating state and federal law. The trouble that courts are going to have with that approach going forward is that now we have law-abiding citizens who are acting in compliance with state law and are acting in compliance with doctor's orders, who want to be able to possess marijuana for medicinal purposes, and these courts are going to have to consider whether it's appropriate to treat these people the same as they treat career criminals. On August 31st, 2016, the Ninth Circuit decided Wilson versus Lynch, which got a lot of attention because it was the highest court yet to address a gun ban as applied to a medical marijuana card holder. The court ultimately upheld the ban based on surveys and studies that established a tenuous connection between violent criminals and illegal drug use in general, including cocaine and heroin and what have you. State laws are generally far more lenient in regards to firearm ownership and marijuana use. The best case for allowing medical marijuana users to possess firearms is that no person should have to choose between a medicine they need and the ability and right to defend themselves. The best case for preventing medical marijuana users from possessing firearms is probably that marijuana is a mind-altering drug, and for public safety purposes, the government has a duty to prevent people who are not in the right state of mind from possessing firearms. It is hard to say where this is all going to lead. Generally speaking, at the state level, law enforcement officers seem to have very little interest in busting someone for having a firearm and for also possessing marijuana when both acts individually are in compliance with state law. Yet, at the same time, it remains a serious federal offense. With firearm ownership and legalized marijuana use both at all-time highs, it's safe to assume that many people are going to be affected by this issue, and many of which won't even realize that they're violating a federal law.